ready to go? So let's head right into this game.
I'm ready to go, so hitting record.
So, round one of the World Series.
I'm excited now. This is the first time I've actually done 1.4 in a while, actually.
I just had a little nervy moment there as, did I start the 1.4 client?
Alrighty, hello guys, what is up? Today we have a live streamcast of the 1.04 Zero Hour World Series for 2013. I'm here on Squaggle's live stream.
Yep.
And today with a match between Rengo as the green USA vanilla and Buzzard as the orange USA on map, Northern America, as you can probably tell by the map.
Yeah. These supplies are pretty much equal. Sorry, I was just looking at the placement of the secondary supply, and they are almost halfway up the map, respectively.
Yeah, it's very weird because it's so open.
Yeah.
Like there's no choke points at all, and that's why it's often really rocky dominated more so than usual, just because of the lack of choke points.
Yeah.
Make it like a really it's hard to defend without more mobile units yourself. Like if you have your own tech RPGs, then it's okay because you're at equal movement speed.
Yeah. Like the distance between the bases, like straight down the middle, is really short as well. There's nothing to block that, so they can run straight to the opponent.
So we are getting some really early Chinook harassment by both players by the looks of it. Rengo is actually sending out 3 missile defenders into Buzzard's base. And actually no, it doesn't look like Buzzard is doing early aggression. He's going for a really early Rock V. So he's going to have a Humvee in time to deal with that, hopefully. He might actually lose something to that harassment.
I think he'll lose his dozer, maybe.
See how it turns out. Actually, no,
oh, he's dropping.
I'm wrong again, sorry. Just kidding, because he's going for a Chinook pressure as well, but with 5 instead of 3. That's really weird to see a delayed Chinook aggression. So he's trying to actually land those Chinooks somewhere, but he's being chased by the Humvee. Now the laser locking is catching the Humvee. He doesn't get the squash though, so those missile defenders are still alive, and now they can laser lock onto that Chinook by the looks of it.
Yeah, he should do this to so Rengo. So Buzzard has to deal with it while he's dropping his missile defenders up here and taking Rengo's dozer.
And that's exactly what he's doing. Now he dozes down and looks
And
like the
the
Humvee will get caught
really
as
nice
well.
fast laser lock there.
They're both taking lots of damage, but Rengo has actually lost both of his missile defenders to a rock. He wasn't paying attention there.
No, neither was I. I was just looking up here with the chin hook in the north. I think he's going to drop a ranger.
That Chinook does go down so fast to that laser lock. A ranger is coming out now to actually deal with those missile defenders, which they will deal with it fine. But the problem with is now that Rengo can't actually mine from that northern supply as long as those missile defenders are there. So it's not so much killing Chinooks, it's also just delaying their harvesting time.
Yeah, stopping him from having the money accessible to build units to actually stop this.
We did see Rengo actually get his oil though, so despite not having his supplies mining, he's still getting a little bit of income from that oil.
Yeah, and he stopped that ranger from killing his ranger, which was capturing the oil. But now these missile defenders are going to maybe... Oh no, just not locking onto that Humvee.
Josh misses that, and we see Buzzard's dozer is near that southwestern supply. He might try and get a supply stash up there when he can.
He looks like he's pulling it back now.
For some reason, he's actually retreating. Yeah, I think he's just trying to get it safe, because of command center cell, it means that keeping alive your dozers is really important. Those Rockies are engaging now, and Buzzard is actually taking a lot of damage though. Managed to get the eject in time, but he's only got 1 out. He also actually caught micro there because he lost a lot more missile defenders than he could have had he got that eject off in time. And so meanwhile, these missile defenders from Buzzard, they're still in his base. They're still sitting around within range of those Chinooks. The ranger is shooting them down, but he's doing a lot of damage with those missile defenders. Yeah,
he's got 2 Chinooks out now, back to collecting. So, and I think he managed to keep the other Chinook collecting at the other supply, maybe. No, well, he just pulled it away then. But he's back on collecting, so his economy's back on.
So now Rengo's Rock Vs are actually in Buzzard's supply
line.
I
see that.
Likewise, denying the capture, he comes Buzzard's Humvee, but there's just so many more missile defenders that didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
It's actually really being outplayed with his Rock V micro. Every engagement we've seen, Buzzard's Rock Vs have fallen down just to superior micro.
Oh, laser locking a drone here.
Probably not intentional, because they do fly around a lot, so they can like fly over
just
the
cross
Rock
over the Humvee as he clicks.
away.
I was just about to say how good how good a job Rengo was doing with laser locking, and then he screwed that one up a little bit.
Oh no, there goes the dozer.
Yeah, I think that's his last one as well. Oh no, it's not. He's got this one down in the corner at the left.
Yeah, very hiding in there. Had he actually been paying more attention, he could have crushed that missile defender. So now missile defenders here.
I can't actually
so
tell
there
the
goes-
different colours. I think maybe we should ask them to take red and blue, or something that contrasts more than orange and green.
I can. Wait, colorblind or something? Orange and green.
What?
Well, I can tell the difference.
I can't. I think it's the trees. Like, there's so many trees in the way.
Silly English man. Or maybe the low graphics. Anyway, I think a lot of people don't actually know in this map is that there's actually like a little money crate behind the refineries. So you can actually get that. I think it gives you like 200.
I didn't actually realise that.
It's like it's the same thing that you get when the USA supply drop zone comes down.
Rengo's actually gone and taken these.
5 of them. Yeah, there we go. He's got his now.
So I think he's had a little bit more practice on this map.
Look, Rengo got both. Buzzard didn't actually get his natural. That was Rengo's Humvee.
Yeah.
So the Rockbee is now coming back to this supplies stash, and he is managing to.
Is he going to laser lock this Humvee?
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Humvee backs off, saving
Doesn't
his time
actually
with
die.
positioning there.
He's going to lose both Chinooks.
To be honest, I'm actually rather unimpressed with Rengo's Buzzard's micro here. He's losing so many Humvees and Chinooks that he really could have avoided pretty easily.
Yeah.
And now the Humvee is repairing at the command center, but there is another Rockbee from Rengo actually taking down the power.
And he's got 3 on the way here, which I think are loaded up with a few missiles.
This definitely looks over at this stage.
Yeah.
Because of just so many more Rockbees. But that's basically just because he's been keeping his alive. Rengo's unit preservation has actually been pretty good compared to Buzzard, so he's been able to get a pretty big army of Rockbees up.
Yeah. He had really good laser lock in the early game as well onto when as soon as Buzzard had a Humvee going to a couple of missile defenders, he was right on it with that laser lock.
Actually, I think we missed this. Rengo managed to get his oil as well. Gee, that's Rengo getting both the oils.
Yeah.
Wow, he really beat him. He got both the oils. He killed more supplies, more Rockbees.
He had 2,000 cash finishing that. And Buzzard just goes offline. Does he rage quit from the series?
I think you're kidding.
No, he's back on.
Good.
I think he said he had to restart his game every time because of this map or something like that.
Oh wow, that's really bad. I actually have a friend who.
I have a friend too.
His Windows. Oh, dear. Fantastic. Who every time he restarts his computer, he actually has to reinstall the graphics drivers.
What?
Every single time, and he just refuses to reinstall Windows because he's that lazy.
No way. That's insane. Oh my god.
Okay. So we should actually keep track of this. That's 1 win for Rengo, I believe.
Yeah.
Rengo was a green one.
I'll see if I can get up a little score display to display in some form of overlay for next.
That would be awesome. And we do have it's first to 3, isn't it?
It most certainly it's first to 5, best of 5. No, first to 3, best of 5.
Best of 5.
Yeah, I know what I meant.
It's first to 3.
Yeah.
You silly man. Yeah, so I think if you really insist, you can ask them to differentiate colours, but I don't think it was that much of a big deal. It is definitely a huge deal when the colours are aqua and green.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to tell the colours, and then it's actually quite frustrating.
Yep.
Especially if it depends what units they are. Some units are a lot easier to tell than others.
Yeah.
Like GLA is usually hard to tell because of like their skin colour and what they're wearing usually hides it harder than others.
Yeah. Oh, I need to open slots here. I wasn't paying attention. We have noobs. Kick the noobs. Get out, noobs. We don't like you.
That was really scary, actually. So the way you said that, it's like you had some rough childhood that you reminded of.
Yeah, noobs. Don't like them. All through my childhood.
Is this getting a little bit too personal for the stream?
My mommy didn't take care of me. No, just no.
I can't join. It's full.
I've opened a slot for you.
Oh.
Because I'm a kind, loving person like that.
GLA. Here we go. Oh, awesome. I'm actually glad to see that choosing different factions. I would be really, really upset if they were just to pick USA like every single time. And it would be like, oh, well, Rockbee spam again.
I think.
No, it's good to see people doing...
Sorry. Karen.
It's good to see people doing different factions.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think GLA's... a game with some form of GLAs in it's always good because it lasts a slight bit longer and there can be slight bit more action, but otherwise it can turn into a bunker game.
Yeah, the thing is with GLA games I find is that usually, like early game, they're actually really intense because you see a lot of like harassing tunnels, a lot of tunnel micro, a lot of aggression. But then if GLA gets into kind of the late game stage, then it just gets really silly with like, you know, how well they can camp with tunnels like
Yeah.
markets, the palace, that sort of thing. It depends what faction you are as well. Like, if you're a faction like tank and you don't have artillery, then it can be really hard to actually break through like a really defensive thing.
Yeah.
Because nuke cannons are pretty fantastic. SquaggleLIVE. You also set as random.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, another rule debate again. People
Yeah.
don't seem to know the rules, despite the fact how blatantly, clearly they were posted. What's going on here? Random is unbalanced. You either both pick a faction and agree, or you both random.
I'm gonna put the pressure on now. 62 people are waiting on them.
Yeah. Guilty conscience. Oh. A very convincing man.
Say hi to all of them.
Hi from Buzzard.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And hurry up and pick your bloody matchup.
Using your angry voice now.
Pick your matchup.
What I'm going to do? I'm going to bust open my second can of V.
Oh.
And for added effect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it near the microphone. It sounds really cool.
Oh.
How was that? Was that good?
No.
It wasn't? Damn it. Alright. Refreshing.
Nice.
Actually, I should probably mute myself because this is probably really awkward for people watching me drink.
This is super weird. Oh, okay. That's strange. We have Voice of Buddha in here saying go random.
Voice of... Who's Buddha?
I have no idea. Maybe it is the true Buddha.
Yeah, it's like the actual Buddha who's come to tune into our stream. That'd be pretty cool.
If the actual Buddha
Like-
came in to tune into our stream, I would expect more than 65 viewers.
Yeah. Well, it'd be pretty awkward if it was like Buddha and it was like Jesus as well or something.
Yeah.
No,
We have a matchup decided, so just waiting on you.
Awesome.
So we do actually have a GLA mirror coming into this game.
I'm actually pretty excited for this because GLA mirrors are actually probably pretty balanced. Apart from like your mob spam late game is really silly, but for the most part it's actually pretty balanced.
Yeah, I do agree.
As opposed to USA mirror where it's just rock spam every game.
Yeah.
So welcome back to game number 2 for the 0 Hour World Series between Rengo and Buzzard. On the north we have Rengo as GLA Vanilla and on we have Buzzard as GLA Vanilla. And I am co-casting this with Squaggle on his live stream.
Yep. I was just gonna say it's nice that they've got the same colours, so it's easy for the viewers to follow.
Actually, that's really true. Yeah, when people they swap colours halfway through and you get them confused.
Yeah, it gets really confusing. Well,
So really early barracks coming down from
yeah.
Buzzard, probably just to try and get some tunnels up really early, I'd imagine. So actually, sometimes you see people going for a fake barracks, so then you can upgrade that and then like get the tunnels out earlier. But that wasn't the case because he built barracks with different workers that actually built tunnels, so that wasn't necessary. So both players are sending out their workers into this western supply, so they're going to probably start building tunnels at the exact same time. And that's always funny to see how, like, which one comes up, like, a second of first, and then just to actually take down the worker.
Yeah. I think.
Likewise-
Sorry, carry on.
Likewise, on the northeastern, supplies have the exact same thing happening with these tunnels, but Buzzard's one is actually a little bit earlier, and on the bottom, though, we have Rengo's a little bit earlier.
Yeah. You can see here Buzzard's making 3 terrorists so far, 4 terrorists now. So I believe he's going to go for quite a technical heavy build. Try and put down some harassment by destroying some buildings really early, forcing Rengo to have to rebuild and not spend that early cash on units.
So Rengo's tunnel is up now on this supply, but it does look like the tunnel is actually too far away to get even within range to take down those workers building the tunnel. So now Buzzard gets 2 tunnels out from there, so 2 against 1, it looks like he'll take that western supply, as opposed to Rengo that actually already has his other supply mining.
Yeah.
And we see, actually, where did those terrorists go? I think I lost them. They're probably in the tunnel network, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map, trying to look out for an orange dot that goes shooting across the map. Oh, here we go, here we go.
Ooh, Tech Terror. It's actually interesting to see in GLA mirrors whether the Tech Terrors go for their supplies, the arms dealer, or the tunnels. There's a lot of options, because denying the tunnels can be just as important as denying the supply or arms dealer. But it does look like Buzzard's Tech Terror is actually going for his arms dealer, or at least the supply. So let's see if that actually manages to get there in time. He might be able to get
he's gone straight through the gap.
He gets in and
nice.
all of the workers. The terrorists are being gunned down.
Bad micro on the terrors there.
Terrible miss micro. He didn't actually attack the supplies or the arms dealer. He just let them get gunned down by the technicals. But he did kill the workers at least, so that was alright.
I think if he force fired on them on the ground, right in the corner of the supply and arms dealer, he'd have taken both of those down, and that'd be massive in the early game.
Force fire is so important for terrorists, because otherwise they just, like, especially against targets, they usually keep chasing. We do see Rengo now actually going for the same.
Big tunnel pot with RPGs and quads here.
Oh, quads RPGs against technical RPGs. Looks like
big fight, and it looks like Rengo.
So many more RPGs taking down all of these vehicles, and meanwhile,
and just retreating back in.
Yeah, just trying a bit of a stalemate at the moment. We did take a lot of casualties there from Rengo. And the Rengo's Tech Terror now is making its way through the arms dealer into his base. He
Nothing to defend against it.
Trap there. He can't crush those workers because of the demo trap. Getting to the cell off the arms dealer. Very good work
not
there.
selling.
Ooh,
and he got the hole as well.
Ouch.
So
that's definitely... That's how Buzzard's Tech Terror could have gone if he actually microed that. Except he would have killed the arms dealer as well as the supply.
Yeah. So that's 2,500 that Buzzard's now got to spend to get a new arms dealer. So it's going to be very costly.
Looks like Buzzard will be losing this northern tunnel, which
I
will
see
be a
that.
very big blow. He does get the RPG. He's getting gunned down by these quads by the looks of it. Retreating quads back in the tunnels for the micro. Very good work there. For those of you guys that don't actually know, if there are some, if you move a GLA vehicle into a tunnel, it'll actually, and then eject it again, it'll actually repair it to full health. So you can like duck in and out tunnels.
I believe sometimes it bugs if you like pull it in and then instantly take it out. It comes out at like half health or something, but most of the time it repairs it to full health.
Oh, okay. Before regarding that Tech Terror, actually, it would have been really interesting to see if he tried to go around the north of the supply. He would have actually lost it all to that demo trap.
Yeah.
That's always pretty fun to see. So demo trapping can be really good for baiting, like harassing units.
Yeah.
And we see another technical coming down from Rengo now. I'm going to assume it's a tech RPG, and that'll be interesting to see where it goes. Like, I actually think that Buzzard's western supply is very exposed because the tunnels are only above. There's nothing below it, so you usually do some harassment with that pretty easily.
Rengo's now sending a I think Buzzard took this the little supply crate by the oil on the left side.
Yeah.
And I think now Rengo's going to do the same on the right side here.
It looks like Rengo is actually getting a rebel out to that northern oil derrick to capture that oil for the extra funds.
Oh yeah, I see that.
And no oil capture from Buzzard, but we do see a palace going down from Buzzard actually, so if he gets a early tech advantage, that can be very important in a GLA mirror.
Almost certainly.
Quad does manage to kill that, almost kill the technical, managed to get away in time though.
Just fending it off, defending his base, but I'm not too sure what's actually in this technical, if anything. Yeah,
no, I have no idea myself. It might just be scouting, but I'm pretty sure it was actually RPGs, just going by the fact that he had so many in that tunnel network.
Yeah. I believe Rengo would have revealed this palace, I'm not sure. So if he sees that palace, maybe he'll try and get one of his own or do something to stop it.
Yeah, generally if you build a palace, because it's an investment, it means that if your opponent actually just pushes it really hard, you can actually take it out in time, because you're going to be down like 4 quads, which can make actually a pretty big difference.
Yeah. There is a tunnel from Buzzard in this northeast side, and he's building another one further north. So...
Yeah, actually both players are getting their own sneak tunnels.
So I see that. Really and Rengo's just popped his.
Sneaky... Oh, so here comes a lot of quads now. They might actually get that worker getting the palace in time. If he can deny that palace, that's going to be so important. Because then it's all the money wasted that won't actually be able to affect. Because if you can get battle busters in GLA mirror, it can be really important. We see Rengo's technical now crushing over all the workers, getting gunned down with a ton of the damage was already done. Because RPGs are pushing out now towards this, they might actually get caught by that demo trap. That could be a very
this will be interesting to see.
Oh, there in time.
It's got 2.
Oh, 2 quads do go down to that demo trap.
That is good.
Scorpions are actually taking damage now from the rebels, the rocket troops. It's actually pretty good to see them mixing their armies, RPG quads and Scorps, and not just, RPG. It looks like Buzzard, without that palace now, is going to have no way of defending because he has such a smaller army because of that early palace.
Yeah.
Losing the tunnels now, losing the workers.
He has 2 quads and a tank.
Yeah, he lost his workers on both his supplies, so he's got very little economy at the moment. So
Hardly
I would
any.
say this is not going well for Rengo. He was definitely relying on that palace.
Yeah. Well, right.
Meanwhile,
Sorry, Karen.
okay. Meanwhile, the quad is also getting scrap and vet 3. So that Uber quad's going to be very dangerous to deal with.
We've got a rank 1 fully scrapped quad here as well. So those are going to tear through all these buildings along with these RPGs and tanks.
Quads scale so hard.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely say this is over. I mean, he's got no income. Like,
Well, he's trying for this
rebuilding a
palace up here, up in the
yeah, but
northeast.
even if he does, like he currently has 1 worker mining, and I think he's just drawing this out because supplies are rolling from Rengo. He's got his oil. He's got pretty much everything at this stage.
Yeah.
That's the thing with a palace. The timing can be so crucial. If you get it too early, you can lose, or if you do manage to get it running, then you can definitely head with battle buses, with a Jarman, with an angry mob. Like the late game GLA units are so strong against earlier units.
It's the yeah, he says GG there.
GG.
It's the investment in leaving out, as you said, those 3-4 quads and getting that palace. Because if he doesn't have those units to defend his building, like his base and that actual building of the palace, it is a lot of money wasted early on in the game.
Yeah, but then if you can get a palace up, not only the units, you can get the tech advantage, but then also the fact that if you put RPGs in there, it's such a strong defensive position that you really can't push through a palace unless you have some kind of artillery to actually take it down from a range. Whereas with tunnels, with stingers, you can just muscle your way through them if you have enough units. Whereas with a palace, it's just really not worth trying to force your way through it.
Yeah.
Oh well, so that's
It's 2-0 for Rengo now.
2-0 for Rengo, yeah. I think it's definitely a better play by the looks of it. He actually has some very good unit micro with his unit preservation, with his micro of the quad RPGs, that sort of thing. But it was actually good to see an interesting GLM mirror that wasn't just a really one-sided Rocky spam or something.
Yeah. I believe it would be nice to see Buzzard win a game, so we get a few extra games in here. But
yeah.
I'm being yes.
Fair enough.
Toss Jazz, we don't want you in here, you're a noob.
The majority of the games so far though have been a bit one-sided, as in 3-0, because it's the first round of the World Series. It generally means the matches aren't quite as even as they are when you get further into the tournament. As you get about halfway through, the matches start to get a bit more even, a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see the Twitch chat, because it's still bugged for me? I just get this
The lobby chat.
the Twitch chat for my stream.
Oh, I can't. The game's full. Can you kick someone?
Yeah. Hawky fat ass.
Actually, I really should use my second monitor and actually have the chat open. That would be the clever thing to do, wouldn't it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, there we go. My chat's just loaded. That's nice. They want random. Shockanor wants random. The players want to know what matchup you wish to see. 80 viewers right now.
Well done. Open up y'all join the chat as well, actually.
Maybe a daft question, but what's to stop these players map hacking? They both of these players, as you can see in the lobby, they have green connection speed. And I'll just open it up here. On the player table, you can see that they are running Gentle 6.2. I'm a very big noob and I only have 6.0. I need to update that.
I don't actually have Gentle at all,
And then
because I'm running Origin.
And then PwnageMachine doesn't have Gentle at all, because he is running Origin, but that doesn't matter because he's a caster.
Yeah. So you probably noticed that my connection isn't green, and that's because I'm not running Gentle. It's generally what happens, right? If the connection isn't green, it means they aren't running Gentle, which means you can't actually tell if they're not hacking.
Yeah, I will post in chat actually a link to the Gentle download page, or well, the Gentle web page. What's to stop them watching this stream? Absolutely nothing.
Except for the fact that there is like a 5-second delay.
Yeah, I think it would be more off-putting.
Yeah, it would be a bit confusing because you have to listen to what's happening, but it actually probably would be helping in some sense in terms of he's building his palace. Oh, I can push now, he's building a palace.
Yeah.
but I really don't think that's going to actually be a problem.
So we are 0-0
awesome,
now.
Random.
So we're going for
Hopefully we'll have a
random,
good matchup.
and let's get right into
Yeah,
this game.
I hope we don't get like GLA Toxin versus China or something, because 1.04 is just so unbalanced. It's actually kind of unfair, and that's why there's such a huge deal over, you know, teams and factions, because no one wants to have the unfair advantage.
Yeah, cough
which, you know,
cough
for a tournament is fair
1.06
enough.
league.
Yeah, 1.6 league.
You should check that out on game replays. We do have a community patch which is 1.06, which balances out many things, and we do have a little league running at the moment just for some friendly games to match up against each other. So I advise you check that out, and there will be a tournament coming soon. Not straight after World Series, I believe we're doing it after the CXN tournament.
Yeah, and it'll be 1.6, so it'll be lots of balance, a lot of fun.
Yep.
Anyway, so welcome back to game number 3 for Rengo vs Buzzard World Series 2013. On the north, we have Buzzard spawning as the orange laser general, and on the bottom we have Rengo as the green China vanilla.
I think this is going to be kind of nice for Buzzard, because I think Laser General has very good chances against China vanilla, and it's going to...
Yeah, I don't think... I don't think Rengo is happy with Vanilla China.
Probably not.
Vanilla China is regarded as being pretty weak compared to the other factions. It's pretty much regarded as the weakest faction.
Yeah.
With maybe the exception of Super General.
Well, Super Weapon General's ridiculously strong, it just has a very weak early game.
Yeah, which you can punish really hard
Yeah.
very easily, because Humvees are more expensive.
Because of the aggressive nature of the game.
Yeah, at least against China.
Yep.
Anyway, so we have an early barracks with some missile defenders coming out.
I
so
think he's going for rock
We'll
fees.
be seeing... Actually, yeah, you're right. Usually, well, maybe that second Chinook will... No, you're wrong. So, yeah, so generally, if you see like a Chinook harassment, the first Chinook actually lifts them off with 3 missile defenders.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's rock fees. And we actually, interesting enough, we don't have a double War Factory Gatling spam coming from
Tank Hunter spam.
Rengo. Yeah, it's actually, you go War Factory, you get a troop crawler, and then you get an airfield, and you get a really early helix with a Gatling cannon.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you just push really, really hard with this RPG troop crawler combo.
It'll be interesting to see how this works out for the USA
Yeah, and
player.
then you rely on the helix to actually defend the base from Rocky. So the Rocky might get caught by his RPGs if he actually gets closer to it. But no, he doesn't shoot. Gets
Takes 3 rockets
takes
though.
7 rocket shots though. Anyway, so the Horde bonus now coming out from the troop crawler is actually very important for those Red Guard and Tank Hunters. So the Rockbee now is coming out. The Helix has been spawned, but it looks like the Rockbee is already there in time. He won't be able to get his Gatling cannon out in time. He really needs to evacuate that away.
Buzzard's not paying attention to this. He's just missed that helix.
Well, that was good though, but it looks like his supply trucks are very exposed now.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a smaller map than TD, so there isn't as much time. So the ejecting the missile defenders and actually taking out all of the trucks and the airfield. The truck might get the crush on those missile defenders.
2 going down right now. No, just 1.
1 going down. That was
Will he get
very
these
close
3?
there.
No, Humvee kills it off. And he's killing this airfield.
So the Helix come back with the Gatling cannon now. The Gatling cannon can rip through all
Here's
these
the
missile
laser
defenders.
lock.
Laser locking is catching them, but he
Doesn't
won't
do
get
it.
there in time unless he focuses the Humvee instead of the missile defender. Uh-oh. So meanwhile we have the RPGs and the Tank Hunters actually pushing into Buzzard's base here, taking down the Humvee, missile defenders. This actually isn't looking good for Buzzard at all, because he's losing his base now, whereas Rengo only took 1 truck down, which wasn't much of a big deal.
I might go as far to say as this may be over for Buzzard right now.
Actually 2 trucks, sorry. We don't have any trucks from Rengo.
Oh, do we not?
And... Wait, oh no, he has no money left. He can't afford another truck. If he can't win with this push, it's over. He really has to take down that factory.
So if
to
Buzzard
cap
can
the
micro
power
this,
plant.
he can win.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean,
This is going to be quite...
that one
Oh, he's
Humvee
going to
is
lose that
gonna-
Humvee. Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
sloppy. That is really
Well, he managed
sloppy.
to get the capture though. So with that capture, the power plant's still there.
Oh,
so
he's got another
capturing-
Humvee coming out.
The Humvee will crush all... No, this is over. The Humvee's just going to crush all those units there.
Come
I
on.
was going to say...
Oh, the
could
helix.
actually- Oh, just in time to actually save that Red Guard, capturing the supply. And now he sells the supply to deny the money.
Oh, GG.
Oh, wow. I didn't think Helix would get there in time.
Slight, do you see that?
Do you see?
Easier than the others.
Hell.
A lot of
Well,
hotkey spam there from Rengo.
I really thought that was over. The moment that Rockvi came out to the airfield, I thought he was going to lose that helix before we get the Gatling cannon, because as I think I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure that the distance between both players in this map is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So you can get a Rockvi into their base a lot earlier than you can in a map like D, where the Gatling helix opening is a little bit stronger. But at least it's good to see Buzzard get a win, so we'll continue this on to game number 4 now.
Buzzard won that?
So it is best of 3.
Rengo won.
Buzzard.
It's
sorry,
3-0,
Rengo.
it's over for Buzzard.
Oops.
I'm just sitting here in the score screen actually, and
Silly
I'm
me.
looking. Supplies collected for Buzzard, 6,000. Supplies collected for Rengo, 2,400. So, if Buzzard held that off, which unfortunately he didn't,
right.
like I think if his if he that Humvee
could've
that went
microed a
into
little
his
bit better.
base and killed that Helix before it got the Gatling cannon upgrade, that would have been a turning point for the game, and Buzzard could have potentially won that.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Helix is faster than the Rockvi, so if he tried to chase it down, he could have just avoided it, and then he would have given up the opportunity to actually kill down the trucks.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I think he did the right thing, but it just came down to the fact that in his base, he didn't really micro the